Good morning and welcome to Abnormal Psychology. So yesterday we have seen the psychosocial factors for abnormal behavior, and this morning we are going to see the socio-cultural factors. Socio-cultural factors for abnormal behavior. Socio-cultural factors. Socio-cultural factors. Socio-cultural factors of abnormal behavior. So as the name indicates, it concerns the society, concerns the culture. What are those factors concerning the society, concerning one's culture, which can contribute to the mental sickness or the abnormal behavior of the individuals? So there are basically 6 components under these socio-cultural factors. The first one is war and violence. War is the third one. So remember the first two, no? The first one is biological factors, psychosocial factors, and third one is socio-cultural factors. So under socio-cultural factors, the first one is war and violence. War and violence. Secondly, group prejudice and discrimination. Group prejudice. Group prejudice and discrimination. Discrimination. I can write it here. Group prejudice and discrimination. Thirdly, value conflicts. Value conflicts. The fourth component is pressures. Pressures of modern life. Pressures of modern life. The fifth one is economic and employment problems. Economic and employment. Economic and employment problem. The sixth and last one is rapid social change. Rapid social change. So everything is connected to the society and connected to the culture. Now the society and the culture, the factors concerning the society and the factors concerning the culture are contributing for the abnormality of the individuals, or the abnormal behavior of the individuals, or the mental sicknesses that are found in the individual human persons. The first one is war and violence. So the world has witnessed 2 great wars. No? First World War and Second World War. But from time to time, there are a lot of violence taking place around the globe, and millions of people suffering because of the war. Tensions that exist between countries, tensions between the nations, tensions among the people, a lot of violence taking place around the globe. That in a way affect the mentality of the people. People become, or innocent people, or common men, they become victims of war and violence, and that in a way affect their mentality. That might cause abnormality or cause some mental sicknesses or psychiatric or psychological disorders. Because war and violence always destroys the peace of the humanity, destroys peace, destroys peace and harmony. Destroys fraternity. It's a big threat for fraternity and humanity. Okay. So war and violence destroy peace and harmony and they pose threat to fraternity and humanity in the universe. So these kind of happenings which are very violent, where the people live in a situation of lack of peace and harmony, that in a way trigger mental disorders. Especially if they are constantly exposed to war and violence, constantly exposed to a situation of disharmony or cruelty, inhumanity, so those individuals might develop some mental sicknesses. The second one is group prejudice and discrimination. Group prejudice and discrimination. What is this prejudice? Prejudice is the unreasonable feeling. Prejudice is the strong, unreasonable feeling. Strong, unreasonable feeling of dislike. Strong, unreasonable feeling of disliking or distrusting someone. Disliking or distrusting. Or distrust. Dislike or distrusting, or not able to trust someone, or something. Especially when it is related to one's own race, color, religion and culture. Race, religion, sex. Mainly related to this like and dislike, this strong, unreasonable feeling, that is prejudice. I don't have any liking for you, any feeling for you, because you don't belong to my group. Just because you don't belong to my country, I don't like you. That is prejudice. Just you are from Pakistan, I don't like you. Or just you are from Bangladesh, I don't like you. I like only if you are from India. And among India, you can say I like only if you are from South India, because I am come from South India. Or I like only people from North India because I hail from North India. That is prejudice. A strong, unreasonable disliking or distrusting someone or somebody, because especially when things are based on race, religion, culture, sex, those kind of factors. That is prejudice. Strong, unreasonable feeling. There are many people who are victims of prejudice. People are discriminated. The other one is also connected. Discrimination. Group prejudice and discrimination. These days we talk about racial discrimination. People are discriminated based on their color, based on their caste, based on their creed, means their belief, based on the culture, based on the country where they come from. So there is a strong discrimination that is present in some parts of the society. We also at times might have experienced, but there are some people who are victims of this discrimination and victims of prejudice, and those people might develop mental sicknesses, mental disorders or psychiatric sicknesses or abnormal behaviors because they become victims of prejudice and discrimination. Because they felt not accepted in the society, or they feel they are rejected in the society, or they feel they are humiliated in the society, they feel they are let down or put down by the others in the society. They don't experience the basic sense of acceptance as human beings. So people, those who are constantly exposed to such realities, such painful realities of life, they are likely to develop abnormal behaviors. So this is one of the causes or one of the factors or components which come under the socio-cultural factors for abnormal behavior. So where there is war and violence, which destroys peace and harmony, which becomes a threat to fraternity and humanity, it's also connected to that. Here also the humanity is undermined. There is no fraternity when you have prejudice. So when we have strong discrimination, racial discrimination, discrimination based on color, caste, creed, culture and country, then there is no humanity. Humanity means it is the same everywhere, no? Universal humanity. But when people are exposed to such realities, painful realities of life, then there is no humanity. Then there is no fraternity. Naturally, the peace and the harmony of the person will be destroyed. So that is the second one, group prejudice. A particular group of people having this feeling of prejudice against a particular group because they don't belong to them. And thirdly, we have value conflicts. The modern day society, the values are not clear. There is lack of clarity in terms of presenting the values, lack of clarity. Lack of clarity in the presentation of the values. Because we all need values. Because values are the guiding force for us. Values are the guiding force. Values are the guiding force. Values are the guiding force and they give us the orientation. So when we don't have these values, or when values are not clearly presented, so there will be conflicts, whether to do something or not to do something, whether to abide by something or not to abide by something. So there is a confusion between conformity and unconformity. When there is lack of clarity, we will have conformity, confusion. Conformity versus unconformity. That is the confusion, whether I need to abide by this value or I can go against this value. It is not clear for the person. So there is caring versus uncaring. Whether I need to do caring or uncaring. I don't care for the others. Caring versus uncaring. Lack of clarity again. Avoiding or accepting. Or accepting versus avoiding. Whether I need to accept the other or avoid the other. I need to accept the reality or avoid the reality. Whether I need to face the reality or run away from the reality. So avoiding the reality or accepting the reality or avoiding the reality. Confusion again. There can be fearlessness versus fearfulness. Fearlessness versus fearfulness. Again, lack of clarity. Whether I can face a particular reality without fear, or do I need to become victim for my own fears, my own anxiety and tensions and worries. So these are some of the confusions. So because of the changing world, because of the socio-cultural factors, they keep changing. So at times the values are not properly presented. There is a lack of clarity, and values are the guiding force for us. They give us the orientation, and we all need this value system. And when there is no clear-cut value system is being presented to the individuals, then they might become, or they might develop abnormal behaviors because they don't have proper orientation in life. So there can be either conformity versus unconformity, or there can be caring or uncaring, or accepting or avoiding, fearlessness versus fearfulness. So values are not clearly presented to the person, especially in the world of today. So these value conflicts might give rise to abnormality in the individuals. It's one of the socio-cultural factors. The next one is pressures of modern life. Pressures of modern life. It is connected to what we spoke about yesterday, the stresses of modern day life, which comes under psychosocial factors. It is connected to that. Pressures of modern life. There are a lot of pressures in today's world. The modern man is facing a lot of pressures, which in turn will become stressors. So there is a lot of competition. By pressures here we mean there is a lot of competition. It is a competitive world. I need to compete with the other for my own survival. So there is a lot of competition, and there is a lot of complexity. Life has become very complex. There is a competition. Competition. Competition, complexity. As a result, there is a lot of confusion, which puts the person under extreme pressure. It's a lot of competition, lot of complexity, and which puts the person under extreme confusion. This competition also brings so many demands. There can be educational demands, so many demands, educational demands. There can be occupational demands. Because I am competing with the other persons in the society. And there can be also family demands. Family also puts us under pressure. Family demands. So basically the educational demands, occupational demands, and family demands. So this is the competition that we are talking about. There is a lot of competition. So modern world or modern life is putting the person into extreme pressure. The humanity is under extreme pressure because of the educational demands, because of the occupational demands. Occupational demands means something that is concerning our profession, the works, the job. And there is family demands. So family also puts forward a lot of demands. So that is the competition. And that leads the person towards complexity. Life becomes very complex. The person is unable to handle the pressures of day-to-day life, the stressors of day-to-day life. We have earlier spoken about psychological stressors, physiological stressors, or environmental stressors, which are environmental pressures, which in a way put the person in a pressure cooker situation. The person is unable to handle all these pressures, so they might develop abnormal behaviors. When the person is unable to handle himself or herself, those people or some of them will be likely to develop some abnormal behaviors. So that is what we mean by competition or the pressures of modern day life or modern life. So because of the competition, life becomes one of complexity and creates a lot of confusion, lacking clarity. And the fifth one is economic and employment problems. Another important socio-cultural factor. Economic and employment problems. Economic and employment problem. So major issue here is unemployment. When we talk about employment, first thing that comes to our mind is unemployment. That could be one of the factors. Unemployment. If you are employed, then there is problem of job dissatisfaction. Job dissatisfaction. So both are a problem. So those who have no work, they have problem of unemployment. Those who have already engaged or have some job, they have job dissatisfaction. They don't experience contentment. There is a lot of dissatisfaction. Maybe they are not satisfied with the salary. Maybe they are not satisfied with the kind of work they have. So there is job dissatisfaction, which puts them under extreme stress. This might lead them towards some maladaptive behavior. This unemployment at times and this job dissatisfaction creates a lot of stress. Stress, anxiety, extreme anxiety, nervousness. And as a result of this, some people or some individuals develop some maladaptive behaviors. Maladaptive behaviors. Some examples could be depression. They might get into depression, or they can also have suicidal tendencies. Suicidal tendency. And may also engage in crime, theft, murder, rape, all the antisocial behaviors, because they don't have proper job, or if at all they have job, they are not satisfied, which puts them under stress, anxiety, nervousness. So they develop kind of maladaptive behaviors under stressful situations. They are the stressors, major stressors, and that may lead them towards some of the maladaptive behaviors such as depression, suicidal tendencies, or they also may lead the person to commit a crime, a theft, murder, a rape. Yeah. And usually these economic and employment problems, they are also aggravated by poorer education and poorer nutrition. They don't have poorer education. They don't have proper education. Because of that, they may not have proper job. As a result, they may have job dissatisfaction, or it can be also because of their economic helplessness, they may have poorer nutrition. Children hailing from such families which are economically weak financially unstable, economically helpless, those children may have poorer education, poorer nutrition. So it is one of the major components of socio-cultural factors causing abnormal behavior. So economic and employment problems, which may cause poorer education because they don't have money for that, they can't afford to have, or they have poorer nutrition, they can't meet their basic needs, basic biological needs of the person. So if at all they study and come up in life, they may face unemployment problems, or if they manage to get a job, then they may have job dissatisfaction, which might put the person under stress, anxiety and nervousness. The person is not able to handle them properly, then he or she might develop maladaptive behavior, such as major one is depression. Usually they become depressed people. They are not able to handle the anxiety. And they also have suicidal tendencies, or they may engage in crime, theft, murder or rape. They all are like antisocial behaviors. Antisocial behaviors. Antisocial behaviors. This is the background. The person does not become antisocial all in a sudden. No? So there is a background. There are several factors leading the person towards that particular disorder. So that's why we are trying to understand and analyze what are the possible causes for the people those who are suffering from mental sickness or psychiatric disorders or personality disorders. So these are some of the components. It's the third one, socio-cultural factor, under which we are analyzing various elements. The final one is rapid social change. The society is changing rapidly. Okay, we are living in a modern world. We are living in a digital world, a world of technology. And this rapidly changing, rapid social changes also might cause abnormality in the individuals. So under this also one more point we can add among the economic and employment problems. So these people will also have develop psychosomatic disorders. Psychosomatic disorder. Psychosomatic. Psycho means mind. Soma is body, somatic body. So they will develop some kind of psychosomatic disorders because of this extreme stress. Psychosomatic disorders. So as a result of this, they may have their family life is impaired family life and impaired marital life. Impaired marital life. So their marital life will be affected, their family life also will be affected, because they have this stress, anxiety and pressures, not able to handle. They don't have a proper job, they don't have they have a job dissatisfaction, they are unable to manage themselves, unable to run the family. So there will be impairment in their family life. I mean, family will become dysfunctional family. We have seen that one yesterday. Family will become disorganized family, or disturbed family, or disrupted family. They will not have proper understanding and appreciation for each other in this kind of situations. And so their family life is affected, their marital life also will be affected when we have these economic and employment problems in the family. Finally, the rapid social change. Rapid social change. The world is constantly changing, rapidly changing. The digital world. We are in the digital world. Digital world, or we are in digital era. Everything is digitalized now. So change is very rapid. Changes are rapid. Changes are rapid. At times, the persons are unable to cope with the changes of modern day life or digital era. So those people also might become victims of abnormality or abnormal behavior. Okay, they experience kind of bewilderment. Bewilderment means confusion. They are confused about the happenings in the world. There is also bitterness. Life becomes very bitter for the people. There is also brokenness. Brokenness which may be due to the personal issues or the societal issues or cultural issues. Everything affects the person. All the more this digital world or the modern world, modern era or digital era is putting the person under extreme stress. So these rapid social changes might cause abnormal behavior in some of the individuals who are not able to cope up with the changes. And again, as we have seen earlier, value conflicts. So these people also will have the same problem. They don't have the values, proper values to find the right orientation for their life. So naturally, what they experience is bewilderment. Bewilderment means confusion. Confusion. So human persons need to have values always, regardless of the religion that you come from, regardless of the cultural background that we have. We all need to have some values. There are human values, there are natural values. But in the modern changing world, in the digital world, these values are very much confusing. So the persons are not able to cope up with the rapid social changes because they don't have proper value system, which creates a lot of bewilderment, confusion in the lives of the persons. So as a result of that, they experience bitterness. Life becomes very bitter. And they experience also brokenness. There is a lot of emptiness within. Brokenness, in other words, emptiness. There is nothingness. The person will become, he feels, experience worthlessness. Worthlessness. Hopelessness. And helplessness. Helplessness. When person doesn't feel any meaning for his life, so life will become meaningless one. So these are all connected. So bewilderment, bitterness, brokenness. By this we mean there is emptiness, nothingness, worthlessness, hopelessness, helplessness. The person feels hopelessly helpless. So such people, they tend to develop or fall victims of anxiety or depression or psychosomatic disorders or other personality disorders which you have seen, or they become victims of maladaptive behavior. So they are not able to cope up with the anxiety and tension and the stresses which this modern world puts on them. So that is kind of, we want to understand why the person or how the individuals develop this abnormal behavior or this mental sickness or psychotic disorders. So these are some of the causes. Still we do not know exactly what causes the psychiatric sickness or mental sickness. We are only trying to understand by putting different causes together. So basically we have seen three factors, three models. One is biological model, biological factors. Secondly, we have seen psychosocial factors. And today we have seen socio-cultural factors, which might explain the abnormal behavior. But still human person is very complex. Human person is a mystery. So for us to understand all the sicknesses is very difficult. So the psychology or psychiatrists, through the research and study, constant research, they try to explain this abnormal behavior by providing various factors. This could be the factors for persons to develop abnormality or abnormal behavior or mental sickness. Still, we will not be exactly able to find out the cause, but this could be the possible reasons for the persons or individuals to experience or to develop mental sickness. Hope it is clear for you. The last one, rapid social change. We are in the digital world and digital era. Changes are very rapid, very fast, and persons are unable to cope up with it. They don't have coping strategies. No coping strategies. When there are no coping strategies, this will be the problem. They will have bewilderment, bitterness, brokenness. Within they have emptiness, nothingness, worthlessness, hopelessness, and helplessness. The person feels totally broken. So those people might develop mental sickness. The next chapter is about stress, so we will see more about this. How the stress affects the individual person and the behavior of the individual persons. Okay, thank you.